Hi, Dr. Albert Snow here, Holistic Gastroenterologist. I'm the creator of the GI Cure protocol, the only protocol, the only program that heals all the inflammatory bowel conditions, IBS, Colitis, Crohn's, heals. Yes, the word heals in 90 to 120 days. Once in a while it takes longer, but you get healed. And the only people that end up taking a little bit longer, they're like 90% healed, they're ecstatic already. But if you're interested in seeing what it is, there's a website at www.holisticgastroenterology.com. I created the protocol on there that you're able to do it without me. See, I have too many patients. I don't have any time. I shouldn't even be telling this story. I should be writing 19 emails to somebody. I'm a gastroenterologist. I do appointments by phone. I am overwhelmed. I offer free support after the appointment. You pay $295 and I don't charge you for any follow-ups, which is insane. Too many patients. I can't deal with the emails. I have some time slots in my calendar. I can't deal with the emails. I have such a broad group of people that I treat, and they're always dumping more people from hospitals and such in on me. So I never, 600 emails a day. I don't get caught up. I have to tell a story once in a while. But I created the GI Cure protocol, which is a program whereby you, if you have a telephone conversation with me, your appointment, it's $295, and I send you a protocol. We talk for 15 minutes on the phone. I send you a protocol, and I have follow-up every week or two. Send me an email. I tell you what to do. It's pretty cool. Well, I had to do this. I had to create, and it's wonderful. It turned out better than we ever thought. I created the protocol in a form that's on this website where you pay a $195 fee. It's $100 less, but you get way more. You get everything I know packed into, and everything that I'm treating you for on that, the protocols, IBS or whatever. There's contingencies to do A or B or C. You get way more. You're told what to do no matter what happens, and if you get stuck, because you paid a discount, you do get to reach out and talk to me, but it's a $45 charge. I've never charged anybody in 40 years anything. The first person that comes up doesn't want to pay the $45. She's having a horrific experience. Quit her job, all this crazy stuff. I couldn't read all of it. So I said, lady, $45 is separating you from getting my opinion on how to fix your suffering. So the protocol is designed for if I wanted to collect $45, I wouldn't tell everybody what to do. But it's designed to take the pressure off me. Don't call me unless you need me, and I'm definitely here if you do. But it's got everything in there. When you do that protocol, the GI Cure protocol, you get way more than you do in an appointment with me. You get all the information that I have. I'm putting into a knowledge base. It's in the process of being worked on, but everything I know, articles and clips and things going in there. You don't have access to all that stuff. A lot of that stuff is the first time it's ever been revealed. Most of what I say has never been said before, and all of it is accurate. So enough about that. If you're interested in getting healed, the GI Cure protocol, go to that website, holisticgastroenterology.com. You'll be very impressed. So here's my story about fast food karma. As I've said in other installments of this, I was a vegan for many years. I decided, when you have a family, everybody wants, chicken nuggets and all this. It gets to you after a while. Yeah, I'll have the nuggets. I broke down at one point. They broke me, and I finally decided, let's eat some animals. And it's like alcoholism. You have one drink and there you go. You're off to the races. So I always felt as though when I was eating the animals, I said, are they going to, is there karma with this? Are they going to come get me? Is an elk going to stomp on me, or a pelican going to shit in my head or something? I'm looking around everywhere there's animals. They're afraid to leave the house, I don't even watch Animal Kingdom anymore. So, I just paranoid about the animals. So, sure enough, I go to some places and crazy stuff happened to me. There's other clips on this station that talk about them. They're all true, and I'm telling them exactly the way they happen. So I go to Subway. I'm making the route. I'm making the circuit. I live in an area where there's quite a few stuff, but some of the places like Popeyes and these other places I see on TV, they're not in my area. So I have to get the GPS out and go and find whatever they call churches and Chick-fil-A. I've never been there. So anyways, Subway. I'm going to try to recreate this one in a shorter form because it was hilarious. So I go in there, and I get, line, Subway, you can say what you want. So my wife's out in the car, and she said, "You sure you want it?" I said, "I never tried Subway, and it's fresh and all this stuff." They say, "Let's do Subway, and make sure I get some animals in between the bread there." So I go up my turn, and this is not an ethnic statement so much as just that the girl behind the counter was Asian, and she had an accent that I couldn't really understand real well, and she had a hat on like a chef's hat, but it was like hanging off her head, and she was a cute girl and everything, and I'm not criticizing her, just saying you had to see the scenario as she had flour on her face because they make their own bread in there. And it was like, at first I said, "Is this some kind of a setup?" So she says, "What do you want?" I go, "BLT." She goes, "Do you want cheese on that?" I go, "Cheese?" I said, "It's not. It's BLT." She goes, "You want cheese on it?" I said, "I want cheese on that." She goes, "What do you want?" I said, "I want bacon, lettuce, and tomato." So she takes a plate and she puts bacon, lettuce, tomato on the plate. So I go, she goes, "Everything okay?" I go, "Well, where's the bread?" And she goes, "What do you want?" I said, "I want bread. Just give me some bread." So she puts the plate down and she gives me another plate with bread on it. I said, "I want a BLT." She goes, "You want cheese on it?" I said, "No, I don't want cheese." She goes, "What do you want on it?" "What do I want on it?" I go, nothing. I don't want anything." She goes, "You don't want anything? What are you doing here?" So I go, "Let's start over. I want a BLT." She says, "You want cheese on it?" I said, "No, I don't want cheese. I don't want ketchup. I don't want anything." So she goes, "You want anything?" I go, "Listen, this is what I want, lady. I'm going to tell you. I want some bacon, okay?" She puts a plate, goes, "Bacon." She goes, "Is that all you want?" I said, "No." I said, listen, I want lettuce." And she goes to the plate, she gives me lettuce. I go, I'm looking at her saying, "You're either a really good comedian or you're crazy." So I said, "How about, I want mayonnaise on it." I said, "I want mayonnaise, I don't want ketchup. I want mayonnaise." She goes, "Just mayonnaise?" "Yeah, I just want mayonnaise." She goes, she goes, "Here's some mayonnaise." I said, "No, I want bacon." So she throws a couple pieces of bacon on top of it. She goes, "Here you go. That's all you want?" I go, "No." She goes, "You want cheese on it?" I said, "I've never heard of anybody having cheese on a BLT." So I said, "Let's start over." I said, "Let's start over from the beginning. A piece of bread. I want a roll." She goes, "A roll?" She goes, "You don't want pumpernickel?" Or I go, "No, I want a regular roll. That's all I want is a roll. Give me a roll." She gives me a roll. And I said, "No, I want lettuce on that in there." She goes, "Put lettuce in there." So I'm looking at the people behind me. We're taking up a lot of time. So I said, "Sorry, everybody." I said, and they go, no, we're enjoying it. And one woman kind of went like, "Look." I said, "No." I said, "It's not me, is it?" They go, "Oh, no, it's just great. Perfect. Go ahead. Keep going." So we went through the whole thing, but, I finally said, "Give me cheese. Give me cheese. If that's going to fix it, give me cheese." I get a plate of cheese. So you get the gist of it. It's like who's on first, right? It was hilarious, and maybe I'm not explaining it as well because maybe you had to be there. But I finally, I got my wife out in the car, and I'm like, So I'm looking up at what else they got. I said, maybe I just need to quit this BLT thing. So they had this little sign saying little pizzas. So I said, "I'm in a hurry." I said, "Forget the BLT." I said, "What about the pizza?" She goes, "You want cheese on it?" I said, "Yeah, give me some cheese. But I'm more concerned about how long it's going to take to cook it." She goes, "Oh, 10 minutes. I go, "No, I don't have enough time for that." She goes, "2 minutes." With this accent and the hat hanging off the side of the head with flour on her cheeks. So I just gave up. I said, "Tell you what, I'm leaving, and I'm going to go out and share this experience with my loved ones, and I probably have PTSD, so no thanks." I went up to the car, and my wife says, "You look kind of shaken." I go, "I am. Just drive." She goes, "What did you get?" I said, "Nothing." I said to her, "Did you ever have BLT with cheese on it?" She goes, "No, I never heard of it." So that's my Subway story. I haven't been able to go back in there because I'm afraid no matter what store I go into, Subway, anywhere, she might be in there, and I couldn't take it anymore. And so that's my fast food karma, Obviously, the bacon, pork, pigs, they're getting me. They're beating me down. I have a few more stories that you're going to be amazed that I survived them. And you're wondering, well, why don't you just go back to being vegan again? Well, it's because there's a couple more fast food restaurants I haven't tried, and I'm looking for a good experience and find out maybe my karma has been fulfilled. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Please tune in most of the time, almost all the time. I'm telling the story about how to fix your bowel. Remember, the GI Cure is the only system that works. It works every time, unless you're one of these people that doesn't do the effing program. That's our motto around here: is do the effing program. I see you on Facebook the next day saying, "Well, now I'm taking vitamin Q and I added this and I'm not taking that," and I'm like, you didn't even give it 24 hours. Then you're going to go on a Facebook page somewhere else, a group, and complain that it doesn't work. The biggest one is that I got people, I'm telling them, call me for free, and they're on there complaining that they have stomach aches when they eat lima beans. Why don't you call me instead of asking for people for advice on social media? So that's why I do what I think is funny stories. If you don't think they're funny, you can always call up, and one person said, "Fuck you." That's what they said to me. That's all they said. I said, "Well, I tried that." No, they said, "Go fuck yourself." I said, "You know what?" I said, "I tried it many times, but a couple of things happen. One thing happens, I never leave the house. I said, I'm pretty good at it, but I never leave the house. It's not practical. I can't do that too many times." So that's what I told him. And then, he said, "Fuck you." And I said, "Well, fuck you too." I said, "Well, I'm not going to fuck myself anymore. Besides that, I have a life to live." So that was one person that didn't appreciate